Perfectly excellent.
Is it beginning? Something happened there? That was weird. Or maybe it's just me.
I heard.
Or maybe it's all
I heard you.
But good evening, party people. How's it going? Welcome to another fine episode of Perfectly Excellent. Probably the finest.
I think you're overselling things.
I don't know if that's true. I know. Sorry. And it's really hard to top the McDonald's one. That was a lot of fun to talk about. And I think part 2 may be on the horizon for that.
I believe next week. Spoke to Scott. He is up for it. I've already got a couple of things in my head that I want to chat about before we even talk about working there, which I think is going to take up the bulk of that episode. But I'm ready. That was the most fun I've had doing one of these shows so far.
Yeah, and even not being a McDonald's fanatic or whatever you would call yourselves, never being employed by Ronald himself, I still very much enjoyed hearing about your experiences and talking about it. So it was good times.
I know, and we just scratched the surface as far as our time in the trenches.
Really, yeah. I'm eager to learn more about what transpired over those times, what skills you picked up that you've carried for the rest of your lives, and so on. So,
yeah, good stuff. You're back.
Good stuff. I am back. I'm back. I'm a little unprepared for today, so that's why I just kind of scrambled and got everything together. But yes, back from vacation, and back and ready to roll. So
there seems to be a little bit of a lag going on here, so apologies if we talk over each other. I notice it a little bit, but we'll power through.
I can see my connection is telling me that I have no connection. And I really think it is this old crappy laptop that I'm using. It just doesn't like my internet at all anymore. So put that on the, do we have, can we charge things to this yet? Can we do that? Can we do expense items to?
Yeah. We're using your card.
We're using my card. Okay. Yeah. I'm going to write this off. I'm going to buy a new laptop and then expense it. Cool.
Yeah. I think you have to nuke it from orbit.
Yeah. It's the only way to be sure.
Yeah. Shall we exchange some inventions?
Let's exchange some inventions, please.
Perfectly excellent.
You said you had a doozy. So how about I'll go first because mine's not that big of a deal. It's run of the mill.
Okay. Mine is a doozy in my own mind, but sure, please go right ahead.
Okay. So I got, since the last time we did one of these, maybe like 2 episodes or so ago, I did get my Super 7 San Diego Comic-Con Godzilla exclusives.
Okay.
So I don't have the shirts with me because I've worn them and they're in the laundry. But we got a couple of figures. We have
Godzilla.
Yeah, this is the Stern Pinball black, white, and red variant version.
I was going to say that. That's what I thought it was.
Yeah.
It looks great.
Then we got the same for Mechagodzilla.
Mechagodzilla. I really want to watch Mechagodzilla. I need to know more about his origins.
The Terror of Mechagodzilla is my favorite Godzilla movie.
Oh, he's a terror. I thought he was I thought it was kind of like Pacific Rim. Like the people built their own Godzilla to fight Godzilla.
That did happen in the 90s, but in the 70s, not as such. He's controlled by space aliens.
All right. Will I break something if I put that to the top of my Godzilla watch list?
You should probably watch Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla first, and then The Terror of Mechagodzilla, because they are kind of related.
Okay.
It's not mandatory, but I think it would enhance the experience.
And enhance. And
I got one more. This is the glow-in-the-dark Godzilla -1 train biter in a unnecessarily large and complicated box.
Yeah, why is it's so long?
For his tail, I suppose. But
that's a cool box. I like the artwork on the side there. The little construction guy.
Yeah, I got a shirt with him on it.
Which is funny because keep that guy in mind for my invention exchange.
Yeah. So this will be opened now that we've done this invention exchange, and it's going to go on those shelves over there.
Has it been paining you that it's been sitting there in all boxed?
I'm worried they can't breathe.
Yeah, you gotta let them breathe, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
So,
Well, that was
yeah, that's it.
that was very cool. That was very Godzilla centric. I sensed.
Yeah, and peripherally as well.
Yes. Cool. Well, again, let's bring that construction guy up. I want to keep him around because he is again.
Oh, wait, before we get there,
Oh,
Scott's ready.
yes. I'm so psyched, man.
Scott is ready.
There's so much. I have so many questions that I'm just wondering. You guys left, I think what I should have done, I should have prepped for this episode. I should go get a job at McDonald's now.
Yes.
And then work for like a couple weeks and then come back so I have something to talk about so I can contribute. But no. I'm going to represent the people that don't know and we'll take it from there. So, okay. So very cool. So I can't see you. So maybe it was a bad idea to ask you to do that, but
okay, well,
just keep them in mind.
Just following orders.
Yes. Keep them in mind because I finally got home and I got my San Diego Comic-Con exclusive Mega Man set here, which doesn't actually have Mega Man, but it has these dudes, which go by so many different names. But if you look, the construction hat, there it is. Yep. So, I mean, it's a big package, way bigger than I thought it was going to be. But I am super, super psyched to have it. It showed up while I was on vacation, while it was raining. I got like a notification that there was a delivery at the front door. So I asked my neighbor to run over and grab it. And thankfully, I got two of them. And they're both in good shape. They were sealed in plastic.
It appears to, like this, be an unnecessarily large box.
Yes, but it is a very cool box.
Yeah.
Does this come out? Yeah. Oh, look at this. It comes out for reasons. And then you have just a really cool box, which is why I wanted two, not to collect.
No, never.
For one to display.
One to have and one to keep.
One to have, one to hold. And then ready? Boop. Yeah, this is crazy, unnecessary engineering happening here. But I dig it. Very, very cool. Very excited to have these guys.
Are they all the same?
They are all the same. Yes. Unfortunately, I wish they were a little bit different, but I'll take it.
All right.
So, cool. Yeah, that was a doozy for me. Like I said, I don't know how many people will really care, but
do you care?
I care. They did not. They're probably still available if you want one.
No, I don't. I just care that you care.
I do care, and it's one of those things that I had asked you. I might need backup on it, and then I ordered within seconds of it going up, only to watch it just not sell out. But again, I don't care.
That will happen.
Jada Toys, awesome set. I'm so psyched they did this.
Is it a TV? Is that what it's supposed to be on the front there?
I think that yes, this is a TV, like the title screen of Mega Man. But it says Metal Potin, 6 Neo Metals. I've heard that. I mean, they have so many different names. I've always just called them Met. Like I don't know exactly what they are, but I know they are enemies.
I don't think I've ever called them anything.
Yeah,
I've just stomped on them.
Yes, you've shot them in the face many times when their helmets were up. So cool. Yeah, very excited. I'm gonna just put that right there, and there it is now. Now it is there. But we have more to catch up on too, besides our invention exchange. There's a lot happening in the crowdfunding space, is there not?
There's a little bit of that. Should we? You want to talk about that?
I think we should. I think it's our duty. Yeah.
Do we have to?
We don't have to. We don't have to do any of this. But
I feel like we have to now because we said we were going to.
Well, we don't want to disappoint ourselves.
I'm always disappointed in myself.
Perfectly excellent.
Seeing the dragon, seeing the Snow C.A.T, and I know we've got other things to talk about. I really wonder what's next. Like, what is the next thing of interest for one of us that a crowdfunding will come along?
Yeah. I don't know either. I feel like it's probably going to be a little bit Um,
Hey, Chris.
I
Thanks for
I don't
dropping
know.
in.
I don't
All right.
know.
Well, let's go. So the Snowcat ended what 2 weeks ago. The funding for that.
Yes, the Snow C.A.T ended about 2 weeks ago. It funded fully, all tiers unlocked,
Nice.
which is very rad because that means we get. Whoops! What happened? Where did the slide go? I'm missing the main slide.
You only get the add-ons. There's no
Oh
Snowcat.
no! What
That's
happened?
it.
It didn't print out properly.
Just
Well,
tier
that's
two.
a bummer.
Yeah, this is.
Oh
I'm
well.
super disappointed. You just
The
ruined
the
it
main
all.
vehicle funded along with the figure frostbite, which was the main thing that I wanted.
Nice.
Also, tier 2 is here on purpose. First, because it's the bivouac with all the extra fun stuff, and I was really psyched about this. This was the tier that I wanted to fund the most.
Mm.
And then we also got the 2 figures, tier 1 and tier 3, Lady J and Flint in some winter garb, along with fishing rods and a frying pan with eggs in it. And probably my favorite thing in the whole set is the sausage and the skewers.
Yeah, I'm enamored by all of the stupid stuff this comes with. It's just like, it's phenomenal. The eggs,
Yeah.
the sausage, and the skewers for the sausage. Just like, I don't know why they're not smiling. They have all that good stuff. Like I would be.
Yeah. No,
And I just noticed does it say Flint on his coffee cup? Yes.
yeah, and it says J on hers.
Oh, I didn't see she had one. Very cool. Yeah, awesome stuff. You're
And
gonna have a lot of
like
stuff.
the little fishies up there in the top left, they hook onto the forks as well, so you can roast them over an open fire also.
Now, remind me, are you keeping this stuff? Like, what's your game plan here?
Well, I did back it.
You did.
Which makes this the first crowdfund I've ever backed.
Oh, Mazel Tov! Congrats.
So, I guess unless you count a book, I did a book.
No, we won't count that.
But it's the first toy crowdfund that I've ever backed.
Okay.
So the plan was that I really just wanted Frostbite, so I would get the other stuff, I would sell the other stuff, and that's my plan. But
And you're
you know
sticking
how
to
I
it?
got the claw a few weeks ago?
Mm-hmm.
Little hang glider thing,
Yeah.
and how cool I thought that was. It may have opened up a window to some.
Now, okay, the claw might have been debatable, but I'm going to go on record saying that is a vehicle.
One could call it a vehicle.
Yes, I am one. I will call it that. That is a vehicle.
There's also a snake armor coming as well. And we deal with slippery slopes sometimes.
I think you have slipped. I think you're midway down that slope at this point.
I might be tobogganing at this point. So I think that I will be keeping the Snow C.A.T vehicle. I will probably sell the Lady J and Flint figures because I don't really need snow variants of them to sit on the shelf. I don't know. Mm-hmm. But if I do sell them, I'm plucking out all of the little goodies before they go.
Okay.
If someone just wants the figures and the guns, happy to sell those. They're not getting my sausages. That's not happening.
I feel like, yeah, I'll just leave it at that. But yes, I was interested. If you were going to sell, I would make an offer for your sausages. But I think you're making the right call to keep them because it's cold out there.
It is cold. You need the sausages. And it's, it just looks, I got really caught up in the hype of it as it started as it unlocked, as it started barreling through some of those tiers, because like the last day, 6,146 people piled on and just blasted through all of those tiers.
It's the FOMO is real, right? That kicks in and then I know it. This is like, I'm remembering the dragon all over again, those last few hours where like it just takes over all sensibilities. So
yeah, awesome. I mean, I had backed it before then because I think, well, I told you, but I haven't told the rest of the world. I actually sold a guitar. And selling that guitar gave me the money to just outright buy this, and also lessened the pressure to recoup that money because it's not coming out of a familial account. It's coming
Yes.
out of some random guy giving me cash for a guitar.
It's like Monopoly money at that point,
It is
right?
sort of, it's bongo money, as I like to call it.
Okay.
So that made it a little easier to make that decision. And now what I've sort of decided is that as far as vehicles go in the G.I. Joe classified universe, I certainly do not need all of them. No.
I want to make a clip of this.
No. But I do want the ones that I had as a kid.
Yes.
And there's a decent amount of those.
Okay.
So that's the next cliff that I'm jumping off of face first.
No. Well, I'm proud of you. Welcome to the wonderful world of vehicles.
Yeah. It was I got caught up in it, and I kept like looking at the pictures. They did a couple like little live stream things here and there. There's another person who does a YouTube show about G.I. Joe Full Force. I watch it all the time. I love it. Watching him talk about it and again show more pictures and just sort of people getting excited about it, and also that like time in the middle where it looked like, oh, I don't know if this is gonna fun, but I don't know what tears are gonna happen. And I got caught up in it, like legitimately. I got caught up, and it wasn't necessarily even a fear of missing out because I just decided, like, once I sold that guitar, it was an easy buy.
Yeah,
but I got invested in the journey to the last little bit there, and I thought that was
fun.
really cool.
Yeah, it's good times. Like I know that feeling that you're feeling, and I think it's a feeling, but it's good to be a part of something like that. It's a good time. So I'm excited for you. Congratulations. I'm excited for the 16,436 other people who also, back this as well. There you go.
Here's a picture of it. I can't believe that slide vanished. I don't know what happened. That's very weird.
That's not the right thing.
That's not the right thing at all.
Maybe the dingo ate the slide.
Yeah. I don't know what happened, but anyway, that's what's happening in the land of G.I. Joe classified crowd funds. But if we TikTok here a couple, the other one that ended recently was the Mattel Creations Masters of the Universe Snake Lair. It did fund. The target was 6,000 to get it made, but they did not get the stretch. They rejiggered it like right before it happened. Like the little two-headed horse snake thing, that was supposed to be a stretch goal, and they actually just dumped it into the main offering.
Nice.
Because too many people complained about the price of it. So they did not, however, unlock the little person that's sort of in the drawbridge doorway thing there. I think Pythonus is what his name is. I'm pretty sure it's a new character, or at least a character that I'm not familiar with. But they did not unlock him. The target was 8,000 to get him, and they fell way short of that. And the thing that I kind of find interesting about this one is, and just so you know, all of these stats I got from the Brian Brink crowdfund charts at geekdadlife.com. So I want to make sure I credit where.
Yeah, thanks for keeping stats.
Yeah. The last day of the Snake Lair, they only added 194 backers.
Oh, much different than the Snow C.A.T.
Yeah, but this is one of those ones that had an early bird, which I hate those. I think that's really dumb to like have. I understand the desire to try to get a lot of people to back it early, but I feel like you just like murder the end of your campaign by doing that, because I think I told this like when we did that crowdfunding roundtable, like when they did the Masters of the Universe Eternia crowdfund, like I didn't really have the extra money for it. And then after the early bird had passed, I came into an unexpected windfall that was like, oh, I could get this now.
But it's tainted.
I'm not getting the figure that I want. Yeah. So like I didn't back it. And I think that probably happened to some other people, because the last day of the early bird, it added over 1,200 backers that day.
And those are your fence sitters right there. I get it. Yeah, because it's kind of sour grapes. I would be a little miffed to like, if I wanted to back something and I had to do an appear. I remember the Ecto-1. They originally said that like the Louis Tully figure was the early bird. but then they backtracked on that and they just included them with all pledges.
Yeah, they didn't do that with Attorney, and they didn't do that with this one either. And I feel
That's
like in both cases it would have helped.
Yeah, but like you said, I'm sure they have their reasons. They're trying to generate, that all the sales and interest up front and really twist everybody's arm. But I mean, stick with the stretch goals. I like the stretch goals. Stretch goals work for everyone.
Yeah. So the last one that's going on right now is the Star Wars Vintage Collection, the Gunship. So 4 days left. There is about 4,500 backers as of right as I was rushing around making this last slide.
Okay.
It's I don't know. It's trending lower than the Rancor.
And that is not a good sign.
Yeah, but they always do have a pretty big jump at the end. So I looked into all of the other like toy vehicle whatever crowd funds, and again,
okay,
these stats are also from the Geek Dad Life website. So the last day totals, the Razor Crest, they got 8,000 people bought that on the last day.
Okay.
The Ghost, almost 7,000 people backed that on the last day. The Cantina,
possible.
The Cantina, 4,000 people backed that on the last day. The Sail Barge only had 1,400, but that was also the very first one, so that might be a little bit different. And even the Rancor had almost 3,000 people back it on that last day, and it topped out at about 8,500, which is higher than the base level for this.
Okay, so there's potential here.
I think that they'll get the base level. I'd be surprised if they got the tiers. Especially, and again, I'm not the audience for this because, like, one, I don't collect this line of figures. Two, I hate Attack of the Clones. Like, that is my least favorite Star Wars thing that has ever been created. So this is not for me. And if this is for other people, I hope you love it. I hope it funds. I hope it unlocks everything. But the tiers are really boring to me. They're just random Jedi who were in that main, Geonosis scene at the end. Lots of not named in this film type people.
Wow, that's I couldn't even tell you. I don't even think I looked at the different tiers for this. Like, I shut off the stream pretty soon after the announcement when I found out it wasn't a Sandcrawler. So, but yeah, like you said, hey, there's almost 4,500 backers in there already. I hope there's more to carry you guys through towards the end. So good luck.
Yeah, and, I mean,
with you.
It should. I'd be surprised if it didn't fund. Okay. But those stretch goals, I don't know about them. And again, I think this is one of those things that also hurt the Snake Lair. Is everything I read about it is people just going, "This is too expensive. This is just a little too much." Like that Snake Lair thing, that was $300, which seems super overpriced to me. When the Snow C.A.T with all that stuff was $325.
Yeah,
and the Gunship is what, like $450 or something like that.
Oh wow, yeah, forget that.
It's a chunk of cheese.
Yeah, I'm more out than I was before. Like I wasn't in at all, but now I'm super out.
Now you put your whole self out.
Yeah, now I put my whole self in. Now I put my whole self out, and I'm going to shake it all about.
But you would have backed a Standcrawler.
Likely. Again, price would be a big factor there. I'm sure. I don't know. I would have to talk. We should try to really like pick our one or two crowd funds and piece them out, price them out. Like, what would we want to see? What would we spend on it? Stuff. But a Sandcrawler, chock full of droids and Jawas, even in the TVC scale. Yeah, I would probably be all over that. I mean, like, look, I got Sandcrawlers everywhere. I got Jawas everywhere. They're all within reach. So I think it'd be really cool. I probably wouldn't have any space for it though. It's probably would be gigantic.
Yeah. Well, I know there are two that I would back immediately that I know if they ever do them, and I hope they do. They're both G.I. Joe ones, but if they ever did the Moray, the Cobra hydrofoil boat,
okay,
day one, like absolutely. And if they ever did the hovercraft, the whale, And again, the hovercraft, that'd probably be like a $500 one, and it would be stupid big, but I couldn't not get that. Those were my two favorite toys when I was a kid.
Yeah,
So
they better make them both float, though.
I don't care if they float,
No,
whatever.
they gotta float,
Whatever.
otherwise forget
My
it.
bathtub's not big enough for a whale at classified scale.
You have to go find someone with a pool, right?
Or a
Cool.
pond.
Or a pond. Pond will be good for you.
Yeah.
No, but that was an exciting update from the world of crowdfundings. And I'm curious, like, what's next? Will Black Series ever attempt another one?
I don't know.
Time to tell.
They did I think, didn't they do a lightsaber that failed? Like, that's not in
They
those
did the
stats.
They did the Riva lightsaber. Yeah, I don't know how well they did, but that was a really bizarre crowdfund because they make lightsabers. Like, I don't know why they didn't just make that one. And though I liked that show, I don't know that she was a well-liked character, right? I don't know how well.
I just don't know how important it feels to be like, to me, that felt like a crowdfund. It's like, well, this ain't getting made if we don't crowdfund it. And not like, oh, we're sure this is a dream project. It's just, we have so little confidence in this as an item that we're going to try crowdfunding it so we don't, waste too much money on it.
I mean, that was an honest decision. Like, well, if we make it, it's probably going to end up on like clearance shelves for a while. We'll lose money on it, but let's see if there's interest. Let's see if we can make some, because it was a strange thing. Out of all the things they could have made, that was probably the oddest crowdfund that they went for.
I'm really surprised they haven't done a Black Series X-Wing.
Yeah,
like
I
feel like that's so
X-Wing. Yeah. Sorry.
I don't know. And you know what? They, as like a stretch goal, they could have Moss.
Like, I remember the X-Wing used to come with the stickers. Like,
that's the one I had. I had the battle
damage stickers. Yeah. Which
was also grayer. And the first one was like gleaming white, and that second one was a little grayer and had the battle damage stickers. And I preferred that one.
Yeah. Funny story about those battle damage stickers. I still remember this to this day, that I had my X-Wing and I had the stickers, and my mom was telling me, she's like, just know that if you put those stickers on there, they're on there forever. Or if you put those stickers on, they're on forever. And I wasn't thinking of putting the stickers on the X-Wing. Like, that hadn't connected in my head at that point yet. I was thinking, oh, I got free stickers to go stick on stuff. And I'm like, why am I getting this bizarro lesson about stickers? That, like, well, if you put a sticker on something, it's stuck on it. So weird memory that I've always held on to from that day.
Mine were off center. Like, I put them on, and I did not put them on well because I was a child.
Yes.
And for all of the rest of my life, it had an awkward battle damage sticker on it.
Well, my mom had a warning for you. If you weren't there.
I got no warning. I received no warning. Just a fail of parenting happened at my house.
Yeah. I think I put them on my toy box, I think. So I had a battle damage toy box. So.
All right. Well, are you ready to move on? Because you are back from a big trip, and I know that you wanted to chat a little bit about this.
I did. I wanted to chat about this because, again, we were talking about McDonald's earlier. We're going to do another episode with, Scott will join us, because McDonald's is a very, very like special and nostalgic place for you, right?
Yeah.
Like, again, it holds a lot of great memories. You worked there. So yeah, I just returned from a similar place, or a place that has that same connection for me.
This place?
This place.
Perfectly excellent.
You had that. That was good. That was sneaky. But yeah, that is the place, right? So again, as cliche as it may sound, it is my happy place. If you want to pull up that first slide there. Oh, I'm sort of surprised Lego, hang on, hasn't done any crowdfunding. Hey, that's crazy, right? I don't know if you saw this, Tim, but they announced a like $1,000 Lego set, a new Death Star. And
I saw the Death Star. It's $1,000.
Well, no, it's $999. I don't know if it's 99 cents. So crazy, right? But
I'm struggling to not swear.
It's weird. It's like it's a cool set. It's like a cross section of the Death Star, that, like, with little dioramas of all the different areas and things like that. So I think it's a neat set. I think it is insanely priced. But I've also been out on Star Wars Lego for a while now because I thought all of their stuff was ridiculously priced. But Chris, that's a like crazy, right? Like I guess I'm now that you've said it, the cat's out of the bag. Maybe Lego will go back and start thinking of like what is the most insane thing we can build that we can crowdfund. But
You're not going to get much crazier than that.
yeah. But I don't know. We could do an episode about Lego and just talk about how their pricing has gone nuts. And I don't buy any Lego sets anymore. The only one still on my radar that I would like is the Legend of Zelda set. But even that's maybe a $150 to $199 set that is priced at $300. So that's a no-go. But yeah, I don't know. What could they do? Just a giant brick. One giant crowdfunded brick.
I don't know. But anyway.
Yeah. So back to my happy place. So again, McDonald's, Disney World, same kind of thing, right?
They're essentially the same place.
They're essentially the same place. My family used to travel to Disney all the time. And I didn't realize how much we went until I started going back to the albums looking for old photos. So I was a very, very lucky kid. If you like Disney World, in the sense that my family went there pretty often. Okay. So I have a lot of nostalgia for Disney. I even think it's part of my DNA, because a lot of the things that I'm still into today, like, music and photography, I got into because of Disney World. Like one of the first souvenirs I bought was the official album of Walt Disney.
Oh, well, we just lost Alan. So I don't remember the album that he's talking about. Hopefully he can come back soon. But I'll just say that I went to Disney twice when I was a kid back in the 80s, like 87 and 88. So one time we drove down, and the second time we flew down. And the second time I had such a miserable time there because of some interfamilial conflicts that when my family went back the third time, I didn't even go. So I stayed home for that trip. But I've gone
I did
twice.
not know that.
I was filling some time while you vanished.
Yeah, I don't know if I got a copyright strike if I said something that I wasn't supposed to say, so I'll scale it back. But yeah, needless to say, Disney World is a very special place for me. I still love going there. Look, I know that it is a business. I fully understand that it is expensive, but it is escapism at its purest for me, where I can go and kind of just shut off and pretend everything is okay in the world for a week or so. So
yeah, I mean, I certainly enjoyed the times that I went when I was a kid in the park itself to an extent. Again, there was some tension that sort of hangs over that a little bit. But I mean, I never walked away from it like feeling the same way that you do about it. But I understand that feeling. Like I have that feeling for other things.
Sure.
But this is one of those things where, to be honest with you, I probably have slightly warmer, like, Great Adventure memories as a kid because it's a place we went more often.
No, that makes sense. Again, it's I guess we don't control those connections that we make.
Yeah,
because we don't realize we're making them at the time. But mine is definitely here. And nowadays, it's not even about a ride or a restaurant or anything in particular when we go. It's just like I just love just being there. And again, I could shut off from everything that's happening in the world, which is, again, very helpful these days in this timeline that we're in. And I do enjoy it. So this was our special place.
It's cool that you met Lumpy up there.
Lumpy, yeah, a long time ago. Apparently,
that was cool, and it looks like Johnny Cash is walking by on that bottom one with the.
Yeah, with the I think my mom is pretty like infatuated with him right there. So. Yeah, and I love you can see the evolution of my style through all of these. I've got my Vision streetwear. I don't even know what's happening with the airwalks and multiple Swatch watches, but a good time. Good time.
I think you should bring back the coonskin cap look. I think that's a
Yeah.
good one.
Funny that picture, like again, they used to sell guns there. And
Yeah.
not only did they sell guns there, you would buy the guns and then you would take those guns on the airplane to fly home. So totally different time. But yeah, I think the hat goes good with my Kennedy Space Center shirt there.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
really.
It's
And bandana. Did they wear coonskin hats and bandanas? That seems like two different time periods.
yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not as well versed in that era as some others.
Okay. Well, so this is, that's the background. That's the nostalgia. And before I get into this trip, I want to talk a little bit about there's a couple little bumps in the road, or not really bumps in the road, but there was few things. I don't have a slide for this, but a few things that we did not do this year because of just the timing. So this was the first year in a long time that we did not do the Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party. Now, I remember you and I did that, with our significant others. I don't even know. Was that 20 years ago? It was 2003. So, do you remember what it cost back then?
No, but it could not possibly have been all that much. Otherwise, I would not have been able to go.
Yeah, and it was not. I think it was maybe at the time like $40 or whatever for the tickets. Yeah. It is now the only night of the party was the first night of the party. That's the only one we were going to be there for, and it was like $150 per person to go, and it just made no sense.
Is it different than it was when I went? Because it was just a parade.
It's again, there's trick or treating, there's a parade, there's fireworks.
There's always fireworks.
Yeah, but there's special Halloween fire. So again, from your perspective, I could say no, it's probably not different. And even from, for me, someone who's gone all these years, it hasn't really evolved much except in cost. So I do love it. I saw the signs for it and the decorations, and I wanted to go, but instead of spending the money to just go to the after hours party, I use that money so we can stay an extra day. It was so much better well spent that way. So that was one thing that
you use that money to buy a dragon.
Exactly, money to buy a dragon. Also, the Food and Wine Festival wasn't starting until later in August, so we missed out on that. And that's a lot of fun. It's almost like a food truck festival set up at Epcot, where they have all these different booths and kiosks, and you can get lots of snacks and sample all sorts of food. And
Hamdingers.
What, chicken fingers?
Hamdingers.
No, I don't know if they have hamdingers, but I will. I won't know this year because I'm not there. So, but it's a good time. And the last thing that was kind of a bump of the road for this trip this year is I got a cold like in the middle of the trip, which really was a bummer. And having a cold when it's 100 degrees out in Florida is like just
kind of the worst. Yeah.
Like I seriously felt like my inside and my brain was just melting. So it got to a point one day when I'm like, I can't do anything. I have to just go to the hotel and try to sleep it off. So, but aside from that, let's talk about some highlights, shall we?
We shall. Well, you shall.
I shall.
I'll react to them.
Please react to these highlights. So one of the first things I got to do when I was there was a cast member, a friend of mine, took me over to this location called Cast Connection and Property Control. Now, this is really, really awesome. It's like it's part, Disney Parks Museum and part Disney Parks discount shop. So they had things like, if you see here, they have one of the ride vehicles from Mr. Toad's Wild Ride. They have a lot of like old park stuff there, and it was amazing. Like, as a normal person, not a Disney employee, I can't go here unless I'm brought as a guest. And thankfully, I got the opportunity to go walk around and see it, and it was really, really cool. And then if you look at the bottom left here, they have merchandise from the parks at like steep discounts that are available. So there's
I can't actually see the price.
It's $4.99 for.
That's not bad.
That's not bad at all. And there's just tons and tons of merch in there. And it's like, if you're a big Disney fan, again, if you have nostalgia for attractions like Mr. Toad's and things that are no longer around, this was really, really cool to go and get the opportunity to see. And since my friend's name since I'll keep him anonymous here, we also did some other things where we drove around to a lot of backstage areas. And if you go back to the previous slide real fast, that ferry boat, so that, you know, we're going to talk about in a little bit, that is no longer there, but we drove to the backstage area and found it where it is kind of docked backstage. So it was really cool to see it. I'm kicking myself for not taking a photo of it when we saw it, but there was lots of signs saying video, photo strictly prohibited, we're watching you, and so on. But I will say there was no one there. No one was watching us. So I could have snapped a photo. But yeah, again, this is like, if you know someone who works at Disney and you get the opportunity to go to this place and you're a fan of, like, you know, Disney that's gone, or you want to see something that's really, really great experience. I didn't buy anything, but you know, I looked for something to buy. There just wasn't, nothing jumped out at me there. So
yeah, that's definitely cool.
yeah, again, I wish I took more pictures of it, but I was so in awe and so enamored of, like, just all the cool things that were on display. And I don't know if you're allowed to take pictures, because if you look at the sign by Mr. Toad, it says something like this was an approved, like, photo spot. So I saw that and I was like, wait, was I not supposed to take any of those other pictures? But no one said anything, so all good. But let's move on, shall we? Yay! So here we are at Epcot. So some of the big highlights for me for Epcot in the left-hand side. I don't know if it's the same left for you. I'd imagine.
Yep.
But there I am riding Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind. I talked my brother into going on, and you can see I'm laughing hysterically because he instantly regretted that decision. So this is a super, like, this is my favorite roller coaster, not just at a Disney park, just a favorite roller coaster, like, anywhere. And it's really, it's like a modern day Space Mountain. That's, I think, the best way to explain it. Within the cool trick of it is the cars can rotate, like, side to side. So while you're going forward, I don't have any here. Pretend this is a roller coaster car. So you're going this way, the car can rotate sideways. So you're still going forward, but you're facing sideways. It can rotate backwards. So it's a lot of fun. And they use that with a great effect as you go through these loops and everything. Not like no inversions, but you go around these corkscrews and stuff, and you feel like you can really feel the pull of the forces of the ride. And there's random music. There's like a playlist, you know, Guardians of the Galaxy type songs that can play during the attraction. You never know what you're going to get. Awesome. Just such a great time. And we are sitting, if you ever ride this attraction, you get there, ask for row 9. That is the row you want, because that's the one that gets the best views of everything once the ride kicks in. And again, my brother regretted that we asked for row 9, because you can see it took him 2 days to recover from this, but I appreciate him giving it a shot. So again, super cool there. That was awesome at Epcot. I love that ride. I try to ride it as many times as I can when we're there. But there's also now a permanent Figment meet and greet. So when I think of Disney, and I think, like, peak nostalgia for me is that time when there was Journey into Your Imagination with Figment and Dreamfinder. So I don't know what that is. Is that like late 80s, maybe early 90s?
It was there when I went. I went, I think, in 87 and 88. And I loved it so much that I got the Figment hat, the one that's like the goofy hat with the horns. Like, I had that because I really liked it. And I got a little PVC Figment too. I think he was an astronaut.
Yes, I have that. I still have mine back there. It's beat up. And again, I wish Super 7 would do like a Disney Parks, like, Stars line, where they do characters like Figment and Dreamfinder. I think there's like dozens of us who would, like, eat that up.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it was great that they built a dedicated space for him to do meet and greets. This was only the second time that I actually got to see him, but it's really a bummer that his attraction sucks so bad right now. Like, it's so old and outdated, and there's like CGI effects in it, and it's a shell of its former self. Like, they need to bring back the Dreamfinder. And
it's very odd seeing him so big.
Yeah.
Like, it looks a little like Times Square-y to me.
Yeah, he's scary. I'll give you that. It's not like he's not a lovable little dragon here,
No, I'm
especially
surprised they don't have like someone holding one, like a little puppet.
like they
type
used to, right? Yeah, like
Yeah.
Dreamfinder used to walk around and holding Figment in his hands. No, this is a full scale terror, like 6 feet tall or whatever he is. But again, I don't know. If you look at the background behind him, you can see there's the Dreamfinder blimp there. So
Yeah.
they lean heavy on the nostalgia with this, but they don't deliver as far as the attraction or even the merchandise for this. He's the mascot of the Food and Wine Festival, but
Of course he is.
yeah, but they could do better. But still, it was really cool to see Figment. And then in the bottom there, we have Test Track 3.0. So yeah, we have two strangers. The two people in the sunglasses, we don't know. Those were just single riders that they threw in our car. But I have to say, the update they did on Test Track was really impressive, and it feels like a brand new modern attraction with some really cool visuals and some details inside. It's not hokey or corny. It's a lot of fun, and it still goes outside the building and still, races around the corners. But I was very, very impressed. I wish we got to go on that more, but being sick kind of put the kibosh on that one.
Yeah.
Cool.
I think I was on Test Track 1.
Yes, you were on Test Track. At least when you and I were there, that was Test Track 1.
Yeah, and again, I remember it just being long, a long line and a long ride, and I just remember it being just sort of, it's fast, but
Well, it's very, very cool now. There's a lot of great
even
updates.
just the car looks cooler now.
Yeah, I just wish they would do some of this, like take some of this and put it into, Journey into Imagination. But I guess since Test Track has a sponsor, General Motors, and I guess Journey into Imagination does not.
No,
So.
that's sponsored by you're not allowed to sleep anymore.
Yeah, sponsored by Terror, like Night Terrors there. But cool. But that was good stuff. We talk about some bad stuff later. So if you want to go next slide, please. All right. So here we are at the Magical Kingdom. Again, Tron is a really, really fun roller coaster. And I appreciate Disney's effort to keep like Tron alive in their parks. Because I feel like it's like it hasn't quite worked since the original Tron movie, right? It's never been a big hit.
Well, there's only been one other movie until this new one is about to come out. So I'm not really sure that it's fair to say that, they I don't know, they've only done it one other time, and now two with the one that's coming up.
Yeah, and there's like an animated thing, which I've never seen. So
I don't even know what that is.
Yeah. But again, I think it's great that they went through all this effort to build this ride. I know they built it in, I think, Shanghai, Disneyland. So they just kind of brought it over here. It's a lot of fun. It's not very comfortable as you're kind of like on these light cycles. You have something going over your back, something going behind your legs that's kind of keeping you from falling out. But it's really cool. There's a portion of it where it goes outside of the building, and that's a great stretch. And then you go inside, and it's very Tron-esque. My only complaint about this is it's super, super short. Like I wish it was like 30 seconds to like a minute longer would be great. It feels like it's just so short, but it's time. So let's see. I came my notes here. We did Tron. We did all the classics, like, Mansion, Jungle Cruise, Pirates of the Caribbean, Small.
Oh, now Alan has frozen again.
All World. Those all still.
Oh, are you there?
Sorry. I really don't know what's going on tonight. So, can you hear me?
Yeah, now I can.
Okay, so I'll blaze through these really fast because I know we're running out of time. Another thing we got to see was the new nighttime parade. Which is, again, it was fun. It was really nice to look at, but it didn't quite have. It felt like you really were just watching a parade versus something like the Main Street Electric.
I saw the Main Street Electrical Parade. I think both times that I went when I was a kid, and then I think also in 2003 as well. It kind of always felt like it had like sort of like an old timey sort of vibe to it to me. But it was interesting. It was probably more interesting when I was a kid. I was just more impressed by all of the just the insane amount of lights that were happening. And of course, lots of the characters were in the parade itself. So, when I was a kid, I was pretty psyched to see the character. Like, oh, look, there's Goofy. I would really like to meet Goofy if at all possible. But alas, I don't think I met Goofy when I was a kid. I have a picture with Goofy. My wife and I have a picture with Goofy from 2003, but I don't remember seeing him when I was a child. So we'll chalk that up to some poor hunting from parents when that was going on. Oh, look, Alan's back. Oh, are you back? Are you not back? You're back. All right. This is a difficult one for me to fill time on because I did not go to Disney World.
Sorry about that. I am very displeased. I am going to have to figure out what to do about this. I will try to wrap this up really, really quickly. I was talking about the nighttime parade. I don't know when I went out, but they do have a new nighttime parade at the Magic Kingdom, Disney Starlight. I don't even remember the name, but it was a lot of fun. It was really cool. The floats all looked amazing, but it didn't quite have the same feel as something like Main Street Electrical Parade. And again, maybe it's just my nostalgia there, but I felt like Main Street Electrical Parade really there was a lot more performers on the ground. There was a lot of smaller floats. So it almost had this feeling like it was surrounding you and all around you, where this one was very much, here are the big floats, wave as they go by.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on. I'll keep blazing through this. So Hollywood Studios, I got to see my droids.
All right.
Yes, I'm super, super psyched. These guys are awesome. They just the way they move and the way they could emote and like they had such a range of expressions, which for not having like facial features, but it was so easy to see when one was curious, they were happy, they were playful. I really hope we get more figures or souvenirs or toys from these guys. I know they're going to be in the Mandalorian movie, so we'll see where they go. But it was very, very cool. And if you look closely, look at this picture. You see the person sitting on the ground to the right of the droids. If you look in their hands, that is not a guest. That is actually a Disney employee controlling one of them.
Disguised as a guest.
Disguised as a guest. She's using a modified Steam Deck there to control them. And I didn't even realize that I captured her in this photo because it was, again, 1 billion degrees out. You couldn't see anything, and I wasn't feeling so well. And I saw 2 other guys with controllers to the left. And so I was my phone screen was black because my phone was overheating. So I was just snapping away. But I'm glad I caught her, and I didn't see this till I was getting these photos ready. So, but yeah, love these guys. I want merch. Like, I want figures. Give me everything.
And what's the thing on the left?
Oh, that is the cantina. That is Oga's Cantina. So again, for a Disney nerd, I think you have to go. You have to go grab a drink at the cantina. It's very small. There are seats around the edges. This is just a shot of the bar, but it's awesome going in there. DJ Rex, the former pilot of Star Tours, now works there as a DJ. And I get it. I get my blue Bantha, which is my blue milk, and a Bantha cookie every time we go. But they have some other beverages you want. So yeah, good time. Let's see. So Hollywood, BDX droids, Galaxy's Edge. I checked all my lists. I got my Ronto wrap, which I don't have a photo of, but that's what I love to eat when there. I got my blue milk. We took a lot of spins on the Millennium Falcon, which is going to have some new scenes next year.
Cool.
And then, we got to go to Oga's, and we bumped into the Mandalorian, who was just kind of wandering the marketplace. And I guess, if you have to ask to take a picture with him if you want. So I just said, hey, can I take a picture? And I think he just said, this is the way or something, which I think is the affirmative. I'm not really sure.
Very cool.
All right, let's move on to the next slide. And now
Last slide.
the last slide. Let's talk about nostalgia under threat here.
Okay.
So again, in the beginning, that photo of me standing in front of the ferry boat. This is kind of like that same perspective of where the ferry boat once was in this like you said, yeah, they're paving paradise. So they're draining that river in the center, and they're going
Was
to
this like the tree house was in the middle of this, or is that something different?
the Swiss Family Robin treehouse is something different, but on the island there, you can take a boat over. There is some, I hate saying this, but it was Injun Joe's cave, which is again probably the reason why this is going away. And there were caves that you can explore. And it was just this again, to me, this is another thing that I have a lot of memories going to this island. It was always a great place. It was never crowded. So if you wanted to get away and take a break, you can always take a boat over and just hang out on the island. And now they are going to completely get rid of this area. They're going to pave it all for a Cars attraction. And Cars is probably my least favorite of the Pixar movies. So that's kind of a bummer there. I don't know, like you're not going to get these views of the Haunted Mansion over the water anymore. And I don't know. Like, again, I know Walt Disney said these parks are always going to constantly evolve and change, but sometimes the cuts are a little too deep, and it'll take some time.
I would just think that some of that like really early, like old school, always been there stuff. Like there would just be a desire to keep some of it around. And like, granted, yeah, I know Pirates of the Caribbean's still there, and the Haunted Mansion's not going anywhere, but I don't see how you can theme the Haunted Mansion properly when what's the car's name? Lightning McCar is driving
like
around
crazy.
there.
Yeah. And again, they have done things to Pirates. Like they've added Jack Sparrow to Pirates. They've tweaked it a little over the year. There was always concern every time they make a Haunted Mansion movie that they're going to touch it. Like with the Eddie Murphy Haunted Mansion movie, they were going to, I'm like, no, please don't do that. And even though the last Haunted Mansion movie wasn't bad, I'm glad there's no rumors of them adding any of that into it. But yeah, it's sad. I don't know.
The one that I care more about is the other one, the Muppet one.
Yes, so let's talk about this. This is tough too. The entire Muppets courtyard with Muppet Vision 3D. We heard the machines like dismantling all this and working while we were there. That's a bummer too, because that was always a great place to go. But over the years, it's kind of, I feel like they've been stripping away the heart of it. There used to be a Muppet store, which that closed. I don't know when it closed, and that never reopened. There was Pizza Rizzo, which I had never been to, but that a pizzeria right there. But Muppet Vision was the courtyard, seeing Miss Piggy in the fountain. Like this was great, and now not.
I just don't understand why they are doing a Monsters Inc. thing here, because that's like a 20-year-old movie that I don't know of it being lauded more so than like the Muppets for sure. Yeah. I don't know. It seems like an odd choice. Like if they were making it maybe like a Toy Story Land or something like that, I could see that, because that like there's like 5 of those, and I think they're still making them, or I think.
And there already is a Toy Story Land. So if we keep walking this way, we walk through Star Wars Land, then you continue on and you end up in Toy Story Land.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I liked Monsters Inc. Or I know there's more than one of them. I've only seen the first one, and I liked it. I thought it was really good, but I just don't see. It feels too old to build something brand new for.
Yeah, but again, there have been new Muppets movies. I don't know that I've seen all of them. I think there was a failed TV show that didn't really pan out. It was bad.
The Electric Mayhem show, which again, if you're going to make a TV show about Muppet characters, you're not going to find ones I'm more interested in than that. It was really, really bad. I only watched, I think, 2 episodes, and I was like, this is way too stupid. I can't handle this.
It's like the Muppet Halloween special. Did you watch that?
I don't think so.
Oh yeah, that was again Muppets. It wasn't Halloween. It was Muppets in the Haunted Mansion. Like slam dunk, right? And it was awful. It was
Yeah.
so bad. I subjected the family to it, and then I had to apologize to them that it was not the least bit enjoyable.
See, you could have just watched the Star Wars Holiday Special instead.
Yeah, again, I think they're on par as far as quality goes, which is such a bummer. But yeah, to your point, Monsters Inc. does. I have nothing, no attachment to that. Certainly nothing compared to what I feel for the Muppets.
Yeah,
And I
and again, that might. Where'd you go?
removed from the stream.
That it's probably our age talking about that a little bit. I'm sure people, 15 years younger than us probably have stronger ties to Monsters Inc. So I think that probably has something to do with it. But
yeah,
I don't get it.
Yeah. If I could vote for a land, I'd probably have the most unpopular opinions. Like I want a Wall-E land that's like just garbage everywhere and like broken Wall-Es. But yeah, I don't see that happening.
I just find it odd that they're just replacing so much of the classic Disney stuff with Pixar stuff. And like I understand that those movies are popular and they're good. Like, I probably like those movies more than a lot of the early Disney cartoons, but it just seems so bizarre to just not have that stuff around as much.
Yeah. And they're kind of like the consolation prize for the Muppets is they're going to move them into the Rock and Roller Coaster. So they're going to boot out Aerosmith. And they're going to bring the Muppets in there, which I think is cool. But for young kids, the Rock and Roller Coaster is not for young kids. Yeah. So they're not going to get to see a Muppets attraction. But yeah, that's sad. And I think it was also, I may be wrong, but I think Muppet Vision was like the last thing that Jim Henson worked on as well.
I think you're correct.
Yeah. So I would hope due to all of that, it will resurface somewhere. Like maybe they put the Muppet Vision film on Disney Plus. Or something, which would be, I guess it would be something, but
maybe something.
Yeah. So like I said, those were kind of like, I get it. The parks are always going to evolve, constantly going to be bringing in new attractions and stuff. But these two are the ones that I really felt deeply. And I wish I could have gotten a chance to see Muppet Vision one more time before they knocked it down.
Before they set it down. But all in all, fun trip. Yes.
Fun trip. Yeah. Again, tons of nostalgia there. Lots of joy. I tuned out everything happening in the world for a while, and like even with the downsides, getting sick, I still came back recharged. Like I still enjoyed it, still love it. It's not perfect, but it's always excellent. Can I say that?
You can say that.
You
don't even need a reason.
So I had a really good time, and now like I never feel like I have enough time every time we're there to like see and do everything I want. So in the back of my head, I'm thinking, I mean, do we go back again next year? I don't know. Time will tell.
Time will tell. Yeah. Well, cool. That was fun. Next week, Scott's coming. So as long as all of our schedules align, a little bit more about McDonald's. I've got some more updates about the McDonald Land merchandise situation that we were talking about last time. So I have an update about that. And we'll get into what it's like working at McDonald's from 1993 to 1995 in two very distinct stores. One that was brand new and one that was way behind the times. So awesome. It should be an interesting time.
I'm looking forward to it.
Excellent. Well, everybody, I'll raise my glass as well. Enjoy the rest of your week. And we'll see you soon.
Yep. Thanks, everybody.
Bye.
Perfectly excellent.